Okay, so the precept to not take anything that isn't freely given, it goes like all the precepts go. It goes deeper than your basic not stealing. So just like not killing is deeper than just not killing humans. Um, the one that's not taking things that aren't freely given is deeper than just not stealing, because you take something that isn't yours, that is quite obvious what that is. Somebody turns their head, they walk away, or something to that effect, and then you take their object or whatever it was, money. um, so you steal it, right? So when you trick somebody into giving you something that they wouldn't have otherwise given you. Maybe it was based on some lie, which also um, gets into, false speech, which we will talk about as one of the precepts as well. But even if you just withhold information, let's just say um, you're selling a car, and this is actually the opposite direction in a sense, but we'll discuss why this actually applies. So you're selling a car, and you know that the engine is bad, or you know that there are things going wrong with it, but you just don't mention it. They didn't ask you, so you didn't lie technically, because they didn't ask you, so you didn't tell them that the car's in perfect running condition. And you just simply withhold the information. You don't tell them that, because you know that they're not going to give you the amount of money that you want. So you are stealing because you're stealing money, right, in a sense, because they wouldn't have paid that amount of money for it. So you're getting something from them they wouldn't have freely given. They didn't have all the facts. They didn't have all the information, and they wouldn't have given you that money if they had have known that the car wasn't functional. So it was like it looks like a transaction, right? So it's not stealing per se, in the sense of I took something when you turned your head. I took your $500 out of your purse when you walked into the other room. It's there's an actual transaction happening, a car for money, but I deceived you, and you think that the car is worth more than it really is. You paid me more than what I really should have gotten for it. And that kind of falls within this category as well, because it wasn't freely given, because you didn't have all the facts. And I knew those facts, and I withheld them from you. So that is also within this category. So in any type of way, like obviously by force, or manipulation. So force, obviously, holding a gun to somebody's head is the most obvious, but I mean, it could be, threatening them. I'm going to do this if you don't give me, $100, and, I'm going to put holes all in your wall, whatever it is. I mean, everybody has different situations that they come about. But if you are wanting somebody to give something to you, and you threaten some sort of violence, or some sort of way that you are forcing their hand to give that to you when they really didn't want to, then that also falls within this category. So if you are manipulating somebody, let's say passive aggressive, or trying to make people feel super sorry for you, in order to get them to give you something, like they wouldn't have otherwise offered, using manipulative means. Maybe you burst into fake tears or something of that nature, and let's talk about how depressed you are, or something like that. That is passive aggressive and is manipulative, and the person isn't freely giving. So when you have somebody who freely gives you something, you can receive it. But if somebody is obviously under the wrong impression, being manipulated, being forced, or you're just outright stealing it, then that fits all within this category of to not take things that are not freely given. And so that is one of the precepts. Now also I recalled from the last video, since we have a little bit extra time in this video, another topic of discussion that I should have touched in the one about not taking lives, and something very important to think about is also what constitutes life, because bacteria, for example, I'm going to take my medicine and I'm going to kill off the bacteria inside me if it's killing me, right? So parasites, ticks, fleas, things of that nature. So we could potentially take it too far if you want to live with fleas all over, or ticks or whatever, lice. If you care about your animals, you're probably going to get rid of the fleas the best you can. If you care about yourself, you're not going to let lice crawl all around in your hair. So you could potentially take it too far, and so and it's something that I simply mentioned. It's again, your own conscious be your guide, how far you want to take it. So a spider, you see a spider, it's in your house. Let's say, do you pick it up and try to, or dust it out of your house, and not necessarily pick it up with your hand if you're afraid that it's going to bite you? Maybe you get it into a little jar or something and you try to get it out safely, or are you going to just smash it? Cockroaches, they're disgusting. First instinct is usually crush them. So that is, and I say just let your own conscience be your own guide. The way I typically take it is animals with an actual brain and neurological system are the things that for me would constitute life. They can feel pain. I'm not going to go around torturing bugs, but I don't go out of my way to try not to kill them either. Especially if I see danger, like a spider. Me personally, I don't have an issue with killing the spider, although a part of me wants to get better about that and try to take as much care as possible to try to remove spiders from the house without killing them. I would like to get to that point. Spiders typically freak me out. I have arachnophobia, so that's not an easy thing for me to just wish away like that. But at any rate, so those are things to think about as far as that as well. So we kind of jump backwards to the previous video. We have not taking anything not freely given to us, and then also we retouched upon one aspect that I forgot to mention in the last video about not taking any lives.